Hey there, fellow marketers and marketing students. Professor Wolters here, and today we're here in Prague. And today we're going to talk about is Porter's National Diamond Framework. Basically, it's a way for business to look and see is what countries would be good for us to invest in for certain things, but also why certain countries are really good at certain things. Like, why is the Czech Republic so great at beer? Or why is Portugal so great at wine? Or why is the US so great at making movies? These kind of things. This diamond framework helps you kind of understand that so you can see, if I want to be a movie star, where do I need to go to? Probably need to go to Hollywood, all right? So there's kind of 4 criteria I'm going to talk about in this diamond. One is factor conditions, the kind of stuff you need in order to make something. The next one, you're looking at supporting industries, so the things that help the industry survive and thrive. Then you look at your domestic customers. Are your domestic customers, drive you to do better? And then you look at your domestic rivalry. Are you fighting all the time with your local competition? Does that prepare you for the outside world? These kind of things, all right? So the first thing I want to talk about are those factor conditions. These are the things that you need to have in order to make a product, okay? So to make wine, you need to be able to have, be able to grow grapes, right? So you need lots of sun, you need good soil, good climate, things like that. And if you think about it, what countries make good wine? Well, you got Portugal, Spain, France, Italy, South Africa, Australia, Argentina, Chile, California. You have all those, and what do they all have? They all have lots of sun and great weather. And so you have these things, and then they also have good soil that can make the wine taste really good. And so you have that. So that's a factor condition you have to have. Other industries you might look at, manufacturing. Well, one of the factors conditions you need is maybe cheap labor. And that's where you see China has a lot of manufacturing there, because the big factor condition is I need to have cheap labor. And that's one of the things that they have, okay? And so basically just think of they have the raw materials to make things happen when you're looking at the factor conditions. So the second factor you have to look at is related and supporting industries. What are the kind of industries that need to be there in order to make that main industry be successful, okay? So Portugal, very successful in wine, right? But also it doesn't hurt that they have a huge cork production there. The cork for the bottles is actually the bark of the cork tree, right? Well, they grow those cork trees in Portugal, so that helps them out. Think about professional sports in the US, the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. Wow, those are really great leagues. Well, why is that? Think about the supporting industries. College sports, high school sports. I mean, heck, kids are playing, football and baseball and soccer at 3 years old, okay? So we've been training them all this time, so when they get to the big leagues, hey, that industry's gonna be a lot better because they're trained up, right? And if you look at in terms of the Hollywood and the movie industry, it doesn't hurt that a lot of the big marketing and advertising firms in the world are based in the US, so they're helping to market those movies and stuff like that. So you have those things. Now, the third criteria we're gonna look at is we're actually gonna look at the strategy and structure of rivalry in the domestic market. So basically, how much are they fighting with their competition at home? I mean, think about it. If McDonald's has been fighting Hardee's and Burger King and Wendy's for what, like 70 years? So they're trained up, they know what to do. And so when they go abroad, it's a lot easier for them to be a success because they've kind of figured out what it takes to beat the competition. And I'm here in Prague, and there's a McDonald's there, there's a Burger King up there, there's a Starbucks over there, because they've learned in the US and they've taken what they've learned and gone everywhere else. So that rivalry is really, kind of tightened them up, right? And the fourth factor is our domestic consumers. What is the demand from our domestic consumers? What do they do that drives us? Well, in the US, if you go to McDonald's and have to wait more than 2 minutes, you're like upset. So the customer's always like, faster, faster, faster. So McDonald's gets faster, faster, faster. Burger King got faster, 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 because that's what their domestic consumers demanded. If you look at wine in Portugal, the domestic consumers, they don't have a lot of money, but they want some good wine. So if you're looking for good, affordable wine, go buy Portuguese wine. I mean, it's unbelievably tasting and really low price. Well, yeah, because their domestic consumers weren't going to buy expensive stuff. And so the wineries in Portugal learned how to make good wine at an affordable price. Here in the Czech Republic, the beer is fantastic. Why is that? Because the locals won't drink crappy beer, okay? So they've driven them to make better beer. So when you go around the world and you have a Pilsner Urquell or another Czech beer, you're like, my God, this stuff is so good. Yeah, because you can thank the Czechs for that, because they've demanded good beer for hundreds of years and it's developed into that industry, okay? So you have great beer here. So I hope this all together helps you understand more about Porter's National Diamond Framework. If you want to learn other global marketing topics and stuff like that, hit that subscribe button, and we put out new marketing and put out new marketing and YouTube videos and training videos all the time. So we appreciate all your like subscriptions. Do hit that like bell, give us that thumbs up. If you do hit the subscription bell, we really appreciate it. And we wish you all a great time here in Prague and a great time learning marketing. Or if you're looking to go global, going global. Bye from Prague.